Which one of the following statement is not correct? Acceptance must be inviting. The case of Mohiri Bibi versus Dharmodas Ghosh has laid down that in India minors contract is void ab initio. In which one of the following cases proposal can be revoked when it made by the post of before the promisee post his letter of acceptance? An acceptance sent through post can be revoked before it came to the knowledge of the offerer. Which one of the following is not provided in Section 4 of Indian Contract Act? Revocation of proposal and acceptance. Which one is provided? Communication of proposal, communication of acceptance, communication of revocation. A. Revoke his proposal made by B by telegram. Under Section 4 of Indian Contract Act 1872, the revocation is complete as against A when the telegram is dispatched by A. In which case it was held that contract through telephone is concluded at the place where acceptance is heard. भगवान दास गोवर्धन दास केड़ा वर्सेस मिसेस गिरधारी लाल पुरुषोत्तम दास एंड कंपनी AIR 1966. In case of acceptance by post, at what point of acceptance is completed as against the proposer? When the letter of acceptance is put in the course of transmission so as to be out the power of the acceptor. Acceptance sent through post can be revoked before it come to the knowledge of offerer. A proposes by letter to sell his house to B at certain price. The communication of proposal is complete when B receives the letter. The communication of acceptance is complete as against the acceptor only when it comes to the knowledge of the proposer. Y duly posted a letter of acceptance to X duly posted a letter of acceptance to Y, but the letter is lost in the transit by negligence of the post office. The contract is concluded because the acceptance is complete from the date of dispatch, notwithstanding any delay or miscarriage in the arrival from the cause not within the acceptor's control. A proposes by letter to sell a house to B at certain price. The communication of proposal is completed when B receives the letter. Which one of the following is a leading case on the point of communication of offer? Lalman Sukla versus Gauri Dutt. In case of conflicting the jurisdiction of the court, the incident of the contract shall be governed by the law of the place where the contract is made. An acceptance is completed as soon as the letter of acceptance is posted, where it reaches the offer or not. Which one of the following is regarded as the information stated is correct? According to the Indian law, the rule is valid. Communication of acceptance is complete as against the acceptor when it comes to the knowledge of the proposer. When the acceptance is made by the telephone, then the contract is deemed to be made at such places where acceptance is heard or received. The communication of the offer or proposal is complete when it comes to the knowledge of the person to whom it was made. Communication of acceptance is complete as against the proposer when it put in the course of transmission to him so as to be out of the power of the acceptor. Which one of the following statement is correct? The communication of acceptance is complete as against the acceptor when it comes to the knowledge of the proposer. Which one of the following statement is correct? The communication of acceptance is complete as against the proposer as soon as acceptor posts the letter of acceptance. Consider the following statement in Bhagwan Das, Govardhan Das Kida versus Girdhali Lal Purushottam Das and Company. It was laid down that section 4 does not imply that contract is made quo dat proposer at one place and quo dat acceptor at another place. Which one of the following statement is not correct? D is not correct. Which one is correct? In a case of general offers, communication of acceptance is not necessary. Acceptance has been made in the manner prescribed by the proposer. If not prescribed, then in some usable and reasonable manner. A communication of acceptance to the person other than the offerer is not communication in the eye of law. Consider the following statement. The communication of acceptance is complete as against the acceptor when it come to the knowledge of proposer, as against the proposer when it put in the course of transmission to him so as to be out of the power of the acceptor. A contract by post is concluded at a place from where the acceptance has been posted. Which one of the following statement is regarded to be contract is not correct? An offer would not be bound by a contract if a letter of acceptance is posted by the offeree in the loss that transist and thus it not received by the offerer is not correct. Which one is correct? Or acceptance should be made in the manner prescribed in the proposal, but departure from that manner does not itself invalidate the acceptance. A duty is cast on the offerer to reject the such acceptance within a reasonable time. If he fail to do so, the contract is clinged on him and he became bound by the acceptance. Acceptance containing additional limitation on other modification shall amount to the rejection of the offer and shall be constitute a counter offer. It is not open to the inferior offerer to stipulate against the unwillingly and offeree that latter silence will be regarded as equivalent to the acceptance. He cannot force him to the positive course of action under penalty, being contractually bound if he does not. Communication of proposal is complete when it comes to the knowledge of the person to whom it is made. When the proposal of acceptance is through letter, the contract is made at a place where the letter of acceptance is posted. The letter of acceptance is sent by the post lost in transit. There is a concluded contract of letter of acceptance to put the course of transmission. As per last sort doctrine, where conflicting communication are exchanged, each of the counter offered, so that if the contract result at all, it may be on the term the final document in the series leading to the conclusion of the contract. As per section 4 of Indian Contract Act, an offer is said to be acceptance when the acceptance is put in the course of transmission and is beyond the control of acceptor. The communication of acceptance through telephone is regarded as complete when acceptance come to the knowledge of the party proposing. Communication of the proposal is complete when it comes to the knowledge of proposee. In case of acceptance by post, at point of acceptance is complete against the proposer when the letter of acceptance is put in the course of transmission. The communication of the acceptance is complete as against the acceptor when it comes to the knowledge of proposer. The communication of acceptance is complete where the acceptance is put in the course of transmission. Which one of the following is not provided in section 4 and 5 of the Contract Act? Revocation of contract. A proposal cannot be revoked after the communication of its acceptance is complete. The revocation of offer by letter or telegram can be completed when it is received by an offeree. Which one of the following is correct in Indian Contract Act? An acceptor may be revoked. An acceptance may be revoked at any time before the communication of the acceptance is complete as against the acceptor, but not afterward. Acceptance sent through post can be revoked before it came to the knowledge of offerer. A clause of special voluntary retirement package SVRP stated inter alia that once the option is made, the employee make a offer cannot be withdraw it. Section 5 of the Contract Act stated that the acceptance may be revoked at any time before the communication of acceptance is complete as against the acceptor, but not afterward. Decide which one of the following is true. The provision of SVRP shall be enforceable since it is statutory in nature. An acceptance can be revoked at any time before the communication of acceptance is complete as against the promisee. B. Accept the proposal of A by posting a letter of acceptance to A. This acceptance can be revoked by B before the letter reaches A. An acceptance may be revoked at any time before the communication of its acceptance is complete as against the acceptor. Which one of the following statement is true? Offer and acceptance are revocable. A proposes by letter sent by post to sell his house to B. The proposal of A is completed by B by the letter sent by post. When can A revoke the proposal? A can revoke the proposal at any time before B send a letter of acceptance. A proposal is not revoked by death of the offerer even if the acceptor, in the ignorance of the fact, send communication to acceptance. A proposal is revoked by the death or insanity of the proposal if the fact of his death or insanity come to the knowledge of the acceptor before the acceptance. The proposal is revoked by communication of the notice of revocation, failure of the acceptor to fulfill a condition precedent and acceptance, insanity of the proposer when acceptor come to the known it became acceptance. Which one of the following does not amount to revocation under section 6 of Indian Contract Act? By the death of the acceptor. Which statement is incorrect? C is incorrect. Which is correct? A proposal is revoked by the communication of the notice of the revocation. A proposal is revoked by the lapse of the time prescribed in the proposal. A proposal is revoked by the death of the proposer. To convert a proposal into promise, the acceptance must be absolute and unqualified. To convert a proposal into promise, the acceptance must be absolute and unqualified. Which one of the following statement is not correct? Acceptance must be in writing. Which one of the following is a valid acceptance of the proposal? When the acceptance is made in the manner prescribed by the proposal. When acceptance contain additional limitation or other modifications shall amount to rejection of offer, a counter offer. Consider the following statement in respect of the acceptance. Acceptance should be in the usual and prescribed manner. When offer is accepted with condition, it is counter offer. As per minor image rule, the acceptance should be unconditional and thus should be corresponding to an offer. Mirror image rule. An offer must be specific. A asked B, I want to purchase your bike. What will be the cost? B replied that cost will be not less than 20,000. A was interested in purchases it for 20,000. Which one of the following statement is correct? There was a proposal but no acceptance. Where no application is made and no time is specified in performance of promise, there is an agreement performed within reasonable time. Number of ingredient of promisee is 2. Which one of the following is essential for the valid under the Indian Contract Act? Valid contract under Indian Contract Act. Meeting of mind of the parties. When a promisor offered to perform his obligation to promisee, it is called tender of performance, offer of performance. The correct sequence of the formation of the contract is offer, acceptance, agreement, offer, acceptance, consideration and agreement. Which one of the following statement about general offer is correct? General offer is prescribed some condition of fulfillment. Which one of the following statement is correct? An agreement to which consent of promisee is freely given is void merely because the consideration is not adequate. Lalman Sukla versus Aparna Dutt. General offer. M. Pirshis versus Aparna. Invitation to treat. Banwari Lal versus Sudarshan Dayal. Intention to create a legal relationship. MC Chako versus State of Travancore. Privity of contract. X applied for the post of principal in the local college of the government body, passing a resolution of appointment him. After the meeting, one of the members of the governing body privately informed him about the resolution. Subsequently, resolution was rescinded. X claimed the damages. X cannot claim damages as there was no communication. Consider the following statement. An auctioneer announcement to sell an artifact through auction as a certain day is not an offer but only invitation to offer. The highest bid in the auction is mere an offer which the auctioneer may or may not accept it. A person who enters into a contract with government does not necessarily thereby undertake any public duty. Which one of the following statement with regard to the contract is not correct? A. Which one is correct? An agreement made without the consideration can be enforced by law as a contract if it is in writing between the parties standing in near relationship and it is made on the account of natural love and affection. Which one of the following statement is correct? Counter offer put an end to the original offer. Acceptance must be absolute and unqualified. In which one of the following there is no contract? A. A teaches his parrot to speak a proposal and send it to the B. The parrot speaks the proposal before B. B tells the acceptance to the parrot. It is not a contract. Anu says to Ramesh if he would be interested in purchasing his bike for 10,000. Ramesh immediately takes rupees 10,000 to Anuj and say he want to buy the bike. The result is no contract is formed. A took his wife B to England for vacation. Due to some business emergency, A had to go back to his place of work immediately while B in England owing to her ill health. A promises to pay £300 per week as a maintenance during her stay in the England, but failed to pay. If A sue B, then A is not liable because cannot presume to have been intention to enter into contract with his wife B. As per the object test offer, once the party have by all outward appearance agreed in the same term on the same subject matter, then neither can generally rely on some unexpressed qualification or reservation to show that he had not in fact agreed to the term in which he appeared to be agreed. The counter offer is A. Rejection of the original offer.